Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a very highly anticipated vlog. So today's the day, well tomorrow's the day actually, but today's the day we're travelling up to Enfield in Meath because we're taking part in the Sandstorm Equestrian Lucinda Green clinics. So the clinics are actually running for 2 days. They added an extra day because they were so popular, so they're on today and tomorrow. Our slot is tomorrow, but it is like a 3.5 hour drive with the box, so we decided to go up today and stable him tonight and tomorrow night and come back on Sunday. We're staying tomorrow night as well because the Sandstorm Equestrian launch event is on, and I am actually a brand ambassador for Sandstorm Equestrian now. I just announced it the other day. They've sold over 600 tickets for the event so far, which is madness, so it's going to be very popular and I'm really excited to meet so many people from the equestrian community around Ireland, but even more so I'm excited for the clinic. I'm buzzing for a lesson with Lucinda. I have the box all hitched up and everything, and I have just fed the horses here. Actually, my apologies, I don't think I've introduced you to the latest recruit. He'll have no interest in me right now because he's eating his breakfast, but I'll try and show you guys him. So you're really not going to see the best of him here, but I will introduce him properly in another vlog. This is Theo. He is our latest and our final recruit for the foreseeable future. We have 4 horses now, and that's definitely enough. So we have the 2 foals, and now we have George and Theo. So Theo is technically Keelan's horse. If you want to learn a little bit more about him, I do have a video up on my Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram on the screen here. But he's an ex-racer. He last raced in November and now he's come to us to retrain for a new life after racing. He's very handsome, but you can't really see him properly here. I'll insert a picture of him on screen. He's very underweight. I don't want to do too much with him until we get a bit of weight on him. Again, I'll do a full video on him and maybe a week in his life or something at another time. You can let me know what you'd like to see of Theo. But for now, I'm going to head up to the yard, give George a spin, and then get him loaded up and head to Meath. I'm very excited. It is such a nice day. I have George ridden now. Box is ready. I'm just about to get some feed together for him to bring with me. And then that's kind of it. Just throw on his travel gear and go. Like I mentioned earlier, I am now a brand ambassador for Sandstorm Equestrian. So I think Amy has a few bits picked out for me. So I'll go through those with you later on. And then we will just get to the juicy stuff tomorrow, which is the lesson. Okay, so we have arrived and I got to pick out some goodies. So I'm going to go and put them on. So I picked up one of the navy base layers, which is so nice. The quality of this is really lovely. And then these, couldn't leave these because they're like phenomenal. They're like light grey breeches for shows because I hate wearing white breeches, and they have lovely little pocket detailing at the back, and I'm buzzing to put these on. And then I got a matching navy belt, and I also got a really nice saddle pad for George, which I'll show you in a second. Spelling it won't help. Spelling it won't help.
So how do you say it?
Scythe. Like
S-I-F-E, scythe.
Like S-I-V-E.
Oh, it's like a sieve, but with a, yeah. It's a side, it's okay. Like time.
Yeah.
Like done.
Yeah.
That really helps phonetics, thank you. Tell me about your horse though.
It's George, he's 6 this year. Did a little bit of show jumping last year, he was quite weak. He's only he had a break in September and October, and he's just stepped up here now the past couple of months.
Has he evented?
No. He's been cross country schooling.
Good for that. How was that?
Grand. Sometimes over the first fence he'll have a really good look, but once he's gone over it once, then he's grand. Away.
The first time he'll look.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough, sensible horse. What age again?
6.
6 or 16?
6.
80?
Yeah.
And what breeding?
Irish sport horse. A lot of warm blood in there, I think.
A lot of warm blood, yeah, exactly. Okay. Any problems?
Sometimes he just looks for a fight, like he wants you to argue with him, but if you get into a fight with him, he'll win, so you just have to kind of leave him fight with himself.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, sometimes like after a fence, he's like, off we go, and he wants to run, so I've been doing a lot of like stopping after the fence and then going again.
And does he get cross about that?
Yeah. But he'll settle into it. He just needs a lot of work before he relaxes. Like if I want to have a jumping lesson, I'll have to do the work with him 2 days beforehand, otherwise you'll spend half the lesson with him just working himself up.
So, I'm trying to be really clear. Sometimes everybody does the wrong thing and I know who's to blame. Clearly me, because I haven't explained it well enough. I'm going to try and be really clear. If you're not sure, don't be at all scared to say what. Everything we're going to do at the moment is in canter. I love top jumping and I'll do lots and lots of it, but we're starting with canter jumping. We go straight into canter, and you get the wrong leg, we're not going to worry. Okay, we're just going to keep going, so don't change, back to come round on a counter or disunited canter. There is a caveat to that. If I'm in a competition I know I'll have that fence down if I'm disunited or probably counter-cantering on a young horse. So I will pull up and get the correct leg. Training, I won't. They've got to learn to right themselves. Try to help put your canter together, and then as you're getting close to the Emerald Arena sign, whoop, hold, whoop, hold, whoop. Use your voice, use your aids, and your body, which is going with every canter stride, whoop, hold, whoop, hold, whoop. Breathe when you actually want to stop it. And your legs are going to try to stop you fishing. They're going to try and teach him, and it may take you 10,000 hours. That's what it takes to be perfect with anything. To get him to learn to stop without fishtailing. Because if you can achieve a straight line halt, you've achieved the halt that is sitting down, disengaged. Now you've got the beginnings of your cross-country speed. So you're galloping along cross-country, you raise your shoulders, your lower leg goes in. He says, I know, I've had 9,000 of these halts, I know what's coming. Straight away he puts his hind legs under him, then he's ready to jump. Hind legs doing anything to stop it. In the front of my mind, whenever I'm training any horse, I am never going to give it an option, or her an option to run out and stop. And that is the most important thing in my mind. If I think the fence is a little bit big, it's not going to do it. I think the line is more difficult, I'm not going to do it. But if I think it's easier line, or I'm going to do the difficult line and do this more extrapolate something. I never ever want to train on those lines. Horses are very quick to learn. Keep it down, down. Well looked, good girl, outside ready to do the line down. Well, good work. Lovely horse, well done. Don't
Okay, I feel like now is a good time to jump in and give you a little bit of an explanation. So, in those clips, you will see that George was literally putting his head so high up into the air, really did not want me putting any contact on his mouth at all. And while he is quite sensitive in the mouth, he never has that severe reaction. He never puts his head up in the air like that. If anything, he tucks his head in too much. So I knew there was something up, but I didn't really know what it was. And then Lucinda actually got me to try a leather bit, which did help a lot. You will see a difference in the next few clips. However, when we finished and I was untacking him, I did actually find some little cuts in his mouth from the other bit that we had been trying this week. So that was very unfortunate that that happened before this. But I'll be riding him in the hackmore now for a little while and healing those up. But that's why his head carriage was so strange. In the
lean back, go this side. You've done a super job on that horse. Give him half a minute of well done. Very well done. Super. You ride beautifully. You've got a very, very nice horse. Very, very sensitive. So for the audience that's interested, this is now just got a straight bar leather, which can be no good at all. Can help. You never know until you try. Work on the canter now. Paddle. Keep the canter. Any old leg does. Very good. Well done, not getting pulled forward because you haven't got much in his mouth now, a bit of chewing gum really. And you could have got yanked forwards then and you did really well. You ride well. Good girl. Yeah, super. Well done. Great hind legs this horse. It's wonderfully active, powerful hind legs. Next one's on their way. Well done for being ready. Off we go in canter. Good girl. Well done with your halt over their side. Very well sat and waited. Keep cuddling. ride a horse is about developing his trust in us and us then in him. And I have a triangle of trust that I feel quite strongly about, because I do think trust is the foundation of everything in life, not just with horses. And the first line of that triangle is the longest and the most difficult. And it's him learning that he can trust you. And that's why you needed that softer bit, because he's not going to trust you in anything else. This might not be the answer, but you've got to find something it is. So your first, longest, most difficult thing is to get him to trust you. Then he'll trust himself, then you can trust him. And that's the way the triangle of trust goes. And it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. There is no, Lissa and I, my daughter, were talking about the other day, there is no greater feeling in the world of horses anyhow than when you feel a horse trust you. It's wonderful. And it can take a long time. Now, you've heard me once or twice saying cuddle, cuddle, cuddle. What on earth am I talking about? I want you, when you're riding, whether you're riding difficult lines or a straightforward fence, to have your horse in the tube. And the tube is the cuddly legs. And that tube continues down from your hands through to the bit and directly linked to his brain. So the tube is a connection that you have. His eyes attached by an invisible wire, each one to your calves. That's the start of the tube. Your hands are directly linked to his brain. That's the other end of the tube. And in this lovely cuddle with your legs, you go everywhere. And it's not hard work. If it is, you've got the wrong sort of tube. The difficult the line, the more you must say to yourself 100 yards away from getting the tube. You've got to make sure you are. And I try to do it at every straightforward fence, so it becomes complete muscle memory. Just ka-chuk, just boom. And I think it's a nice feeling for them. I think they feel like you're holding a hand when you cuddle them with your legs. This is a very good example of horses seeing in shapes. This is a funny shape. Tiny fence, funny shape. Ah! It's there. Some of them couldn't care less. Others go, that's why you're in trot. And you're never in a fast trot. You're always regulating that trot by rising that little bit slower if they're in a hurry. Rise that little bit slower than they actually want you to rise, and they will slow down and catch you, because you've basically gone out of kilter. And that's a really handy thing to know. You can do it in walk, trot, and canter. You slow your own body rhythm slower than they want you to go. And they'll slow down. Not too fast. Try and defizz. Lean back if you're getting just a fraction pull forward by him there. That's right. You'll get there. You did a super job. Well done. Never say never. Can always get over a fence that size. But I think you turned. Slow down. I think you turned the wrong way. Okay, do it again, because you didn't trot, you cantered. You trot to canter, he's learning to rush. He's learning he can go faster in the last two strides. So think walk in the last two strides, but don't let him stop. Keep the trot. Think walk. There you go. That's all you've got to do is think the pace below and you'd stop the pace above. Head up a little bit. When he gets on the bit, he can't see where he's going. Well recovered. Got well into jail and got brilliantly out of jail. Well done. Some of this is because he's going on the bit. You have to give him a chuck in the teeth. They can't see. Look out, they're coming. They can't see when they're on the bit. Thank you, ladies. And find your way to the black one. And left turn. Move out the stopping spot. Good girl. 1/2 minute is about 4 minutes ago, okay? Let's go. Trot through the gap, trot over the wooden thing, halt the far end. Nice slow rising, we'll give you a slow trot. Beautiful. We'll give your horse time to see what he's got to do, time to work it out, time to breathe. And it's under, over or through, I couldn't care less which, but it's not round the skids. Doesn't matter if you knock them down. It's beautiful the way you let him wait. And you did incredibly well to get the brakes on in time and to allow him to see the fence. It feels easier, and in fact canter is a deadly pace for a horse who's not sure where he's going, because he's got so much more power to stop dead or run out. If he's confident, it's fine, but if he's not confident, the two hind legs hit the ground almost simultaneously in canter and create huge power to jump a big fence, huge power to go left, right, or stop. So whenever I go from trot to canter, I'm doubly cautious and never assuming he's going to do it. I'm keeping that connection, I'm keeping that tune. And if he does decide to stop or run out, he'll do it much, much quicker in canter than he can do it in trot because of the pattern of his footfall. So we'll ride in canter, we'll get canter up here. Because he's in a different pace, the fences can look different. So be ready for him never to have seen either of them before. Each pace has the fence look different to the horse, is how I've read it over the years, anyhow, pace. Almost would have been able to be left alone between those two. I don't think we needed to do what we did and create a problem. I think we've got to learn to ride this horse without interfering. So we're going to go twice as fast as we've been going. We're going to be out the saddle. As we come within the environment of the fence, we're going to get our shoulders back and hopefully our legs will go in to put him in that box. But we're not going to think, oh, we've got to see a strike, slow down, and everything else. We're just going to feel that the gallop, that might be a bit on the forehand and a bit legs everywhere, is in the box and not quite so on the forehand. We're not trying to slow down, we're just trying to help him get in a balance. And we do that with our shoulders and our calves and our hands. But we're not changing the speed as such. Keep going. Good girl, off we go. Gradually let him take a faster stride. There we go, this one, and then next thing fast. Yeah, well done, very nice. Now just allow him to take it. Don't make him allow it. If he doesn't go, just encourage him a little forward. And then sit up and wait. Yeah, now encourage him to take you a little faster. You don't want to do anything sudden with him. That's it, you've got it. That's perfect. Stay as you are. Shoulders up, leg and hand weight. Keep coming. One more. Minimal movement from you. Just shoulders up, saddle and weight. Do two more. Keep coming a little bit more. Encourage that gallop to come a little bit more. That's it. You've got slower around the next corner. Why are you making it? His decision. It was his decision, not yours. Keep coming now. Don't die. And then shoulders up that little bit, cover and weight. Yeah, super. And they're able to do what that little horse just did. I could not have been lucky enough to get to do what I did if I didn't totally trust the horse under me. And that's what the days, the months, the years preceding the triumph consisted of, developing that trust. And to develop that trust, you've got to take the odd risk, haven't you? You can't just keep going round in a circle for your horse. He has a good rider. And it's a lovely thing to see the two of you beginning to come together.
So we're all done with our lesson. George was so good. Keelan got crap tons of footage, didn't you, Keelan?
Yeah.
In the middle of the lesson, she changed my bit to a leather bit, but he was actually nice enough. But he was being way more reactive at the start of the lesson than he normally is. So then I was looking and he has a tiny little cut on his mouth. But he was a very good boy. And now I'm going to take him home and give him loads of hay. And I might go for a nap. So I'm wearing the base layer from Sandstorm. And then these really nice new breeches. Got lovely little pockets on the back. And I'm obsessed with them. The material is so nice. I was definitely overdressed, but I really like them. Very fancy. And I got a really nice saddle pad for George, which I'll show you. But I hadn't brought a half pad, so I couldn't use it today. I made a friend and I want him. I'm going to fit him in the mobile. So George is all sorted now. He's gotten fed, which means he's happy. And he has loads of hay to keep him going. But I just noticed that we all got given these little goodie bags from Equestrian. So I'm going to have a look at what's inside. A hat. A new hat. I love hats. Can never have too many. Quite like the colours actually, black and green. It's nice. This little horse, it's like a stress horse. Is that what it's called? Stress, like a stress ball in the shape of a horse. A pen, a keyring. See the keyring in the bottom? A keyring, and then €50 gift card. So I think what they do is like massage courses, so you can learn how to massage your horse at home, which would be very handy. So I'm going to have a look at some of those courses later on. They have a stand at the event, so I can kind of look into it a little bit more when I get there later. But I am going filming some stuff for the Sandstorm Instagram page this evening. Maybe a couple of little live streams of classes that are going on, and kind of a few little interviews. Like 2 days later now, I think. I stopped vlogging. I was so tired at the end of those 2 days that I was like, I can't get the camera out. So it is now Monday morning. We came home yesterday. It took about 4 hours to get home, but George travelled like an angel as always. You will have seen the footage from the clinic. I haven't actually watched through the footage yet. I'm just about to sit down and do some editing now while I'm waiting for the farrier to come to Theo. It was a really good lesson. It was unfortunate that George ended up having that little cut in his mouth. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he was just being very strange, and even when she put him in the leather bit, which he was better in, I didn't think he was being 100% himself. And when I had a look in his mouth afterwards, he just had a little cut from the bit, which completely explains how he was reacting to even the slightest bit of contact, because he is super sensitive and that would have really thrown him. Then skip on to the Sandstorm Equestrian launch event, which you would have seen some clips of. It would have been the last thing you saw. I didn't vlog while I was there because I was doing a little bit of work for Amy, just helping her with the Instagram page for the evening, and because of that I didn't obviously have time to take out my camera and vlog, but I did get some clips which I will have included. It was a brilliant event. It was honestly so good. Everyone I met and spoke to said it was brilliant. They hope there'll be more. They can't wait to see what's coming from the brand, which is a complete credit to Amy. Like, she worked so hard on the event. You could see that she really put her all into it. It was great that there was such an amazing turnout and that it was so well received. The clinics were great. Like, I learned so much from them. Jeff Kern is just a phenomenal rider. He's such a quiet rider. Like, his aids are so subtle, but the horse is just always in like a perfect rhythm, and he's making his adjustments, but they're so slight that you don't even notice what he's doing. But yeah, overall the event was honestly phenomenal. If there are more in the future and you get a chance to go to one, I would highly recommend. Anyway, I am going to wrap the vlog up here because I'm sure there is a huge chunk of ridden footage from the clinic, and I want to leave it all in there, leave as much of Lucinda's talking as I can in. I think there was actually a speaker right next to Keelan, so you should be able to hear a lot of what she was saying. I'm going to leave all the footage in there from the start to the end because it was a bit rocky. And yeah, I hope you enjoy, and of course I would love if you could subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the little notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload. My next video will either be a daily like routine, day in the life kind of thing with 4 horses, or a meet the horses video. So let me know which you would like to see first and I will get that up for you guys ASAP. For now, thanks for watching. Bye.